So Casey has been, he's had a particular brand of yogurt.
I eat Chobani yogurt. I get it. I have it every day. It's just part of it's my breakfast.
Your
it's what I
yogurt.
have.
So it makes you.
Yeah. And
I eat Chobani yogurt, too. I do.
But what's the other brand?
Dannon makes a yogurt called Oikos,
Oikos, that's it. Okay.
Which I prefer. It's a little bit creamier. So I brought some Oikos yogurt in this morning. I asked hey, have you ever had a chance to try that Oikos yogurt yet?
Because you've recommended it.
Well, here's the first great part about this is that Casey asks as if he's never asked before.
No.
Which I think is what bothers Preston.
He's asked me several times.
You really have to understand the intentions behind my question because it was a brand new yogurt that I have not eaten yet.
Yogurt.
With a spoon that I have not used yet. So the question really was
It's now or never.
I was going to offer him some.
He wants you to try this yogurt so bad.
I asked him. I said, "Oh, have you ever had the chance to try that yogurt yet?" And then he responds. He's like, "No, you asked me that like a year ago." And
No, he said you've been asking me for a year.
That's what he said.
So,
because it's been a number of times, and so finally,
I sensed some irritation on your part.
Total irritation.
So then the irritation comes to me because I literally, including today, have asked him twice. So he's like, "You've been asking me for a year."
No.
I literally have asked him two times.
You have, Casey. It's been. This was not the second time. It's been many times that you've at least. No, you haven't asked me to try it, but you've certainly said, "Man, I like this stuff. This is really. I used to have Chobani, but this is what I eat, and I like it better."
All right, Preston.
I'm like, okay, that's cool, good.
Agree to disagree.
Whatever. And then finally, I go, look. It's at Wawa. Chobani is at the Wawa I go to. That's why I get it. And I just explain it. I just let it all spill out like that. I'm like, this is why I get it. I have my one stop in the morning. This is why I pick up. It's my ritual. It's what I have.
The nerve had been laid bare.
Yeah.
So.
Right,
With a little more attitude.
And this is right before we're going to.
He was super douchey about it, right? Right, for a simple question. I was just asking about yogurt, and he was a total a-hole about it.
See, this is
I'm tired of it.
This is the husband and wife dynamic. And then Casey had to do a live spot, and Preston put his headphones on. And after you put your headphones on, Casey goes, "I can't say anything."
I can't ask him any questions, and that's how I feel sometimes.
But at this point, you'd think that you would catch on. He doesn't take well to these things after 4 times of asking.
But do you feel he was sending you a sort of trying to suggest that you were not doing something that you were.
Maybe
Yes.
subliminally,
you felt that
I get that.
He suggested you were doing something wrong by not trying the yogurt.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I can't say definitively that I feel that way, but
Casey?
maybe on a core sense, maybe that's it. And you've tried to get me to do something several times, and I haven't done it, and it's time for you to go, okay, well,
now,
I don't need to do that anymore.
Can you see?
Why is yogurt so goddamn important to you?
Can you see that Casey is one who loves to share the joys that he experiences with everyone, and that for him, it's important that he give you this gift of an extra creamy yogurt.
He eats yogurt every day.
Okay.
He's almost every day.
Casey, how does it make you feel that Preston was seemingly rebuffing your suggestion that he try the creamier yogurt?
So for me, Steve,
Yeah.
it goes beyond the yogurt. All right?
It's indicative of a usual...
It could have been anything.
Okay.
It could have been a piece of music. It could have been yogurt. It could have been...
Music about yogurt.
Music's another thing.
A restaurant. It could have been anything. So he takes this tone with me a lot of times, and it's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful.
Listen, I've actually heard through the grapevine there's some issues going on here.
That there's some issues going on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Between you two. Oh, yeah. It's countrywide, you
Between
guys.
me and Casey.
Crazy.
The yogurt?
The yogurt. Well, yeah, because I received your letter, Casey.
You got a letter.
So, yeah, Casey actually sent me a letter. It's actually a fake letter from Casey, but it
And he writes,
like
"Dear Casey."
Yes.
It said, "Robert, please allow me to Dear Robert, if Greeks invented yogurt, then they also invented a broken heart. Well, you see, I recently noticed that Preston has been eating Chobani yogurt every morning for breakfast. But because I care deeply for Preston, I tried to turn him onto a much creamier, much healthier, better tasting Oikos yogurt. Well, my best intentions have sent our relationship into a spiral. And yes, we operate a mixing board together. but we're just going through the motions. Help us put our passion back in our relationship and into our mixing board.
Wow.
Yeah. So actually, that came from Steve. Thank you very much. But it sounded good. It sounded good.
I was aware of everything that's going on here. So
yes. So what's going on, guys? I mean,
well, do you want to show you retired to the set? There is a Robert Irvine show set right in place here.
Oh, you got to be kidding!
No. All right. So Robert, you actually picked up on it. You know what the story is. There has been this tension because these guys are actually the best of friends. However, there are certain issues that were spelled out to you, and you do what you do best. And I've seen some of the clips of.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, Casey. You're a little in your face with this yogurt. Do we have that yogurt, by the way? Can you bring that?
Yeah, bring out the yogurt if you can. Yeah.
I want to try this yogurt. So you've been
on a tray.
Yes.
I hope they're all the same flavor.
So look.
They are. They're all
You're really upset. Look at me when I talk to you. All right. You're really upset that he's using Chobani, right? And you like the other one. So you wanted him to try yours. So here's what I want you to do. Look at each other. And I want you to tell him that you like Chobani or you love Chobani yogurt more than you love him.
Wow. I can't do that.
Good.
Thank you.
Now I want you to look at him and say you love your yogurt more than you love him.
I can't do that either.
Wow.
I think we just had a breakthrough,
we
guys.
did.
I want you to feed him your yogurt. It's all about breaking. We're breaking now.
Here comes the airplane.
Okay.
Now,
what do you taste there?
I taste love.
Great. Now you take your yogurt and do the same thing to Preston.
All right, here comes the train.
What do you taste?
It is a little creamier. I will give you that case.
Breakthrough number 2.
Because I don't have any bitterness involved anymore.
But here's the
that's
thing.
clouding my taste buds.
See, okay, so the last time you were going to not like it as much regardless.
I kind of tore through that little container, 5 and 3.3 ounces.
Okay.
Very quickly, but now that I've tasted it, it's pretty good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This is called compromise. When in a relationship for 18, 20 years, whatever the number is, compromise. You have to listen to each other. But when people get on your nerves, like him,
yes.
When they get on your nerve, you have to have more patience. It's like being in marriage. Look at him. He's upset visibly now.
Compromise and patience.
Wow.
I don't think that I am saying, hey, you need to experience this. You really need to do this. You really and after a couple times I try it and I get a cue from him that he's not interested, then I will back off of that.
Right.
Casey keeps going and going and going, and it's just what you do. You know, I mean,
sure.
Well, you got to learn to let that go. If he doesn't go with yoga after
the yogurt
10
thing.
weeks.
See,
I mean, you got to give it up.
But the yogurt thing.
Or whatever. It doesn't have to be yogurt.
So I thought he was over exaggerating.
You're like a little chihuahua.
How in his face I was about the yogurt.
Okay.
He said I've been asking him for like a year, and I felt like maybe I only asked him a couple of times. And I thought the most hurtful part was I had actually was going to let him try some of the yogurt because I knew, and it was just like The Departed. He didn't see it, so I brought it in for him, and I gave him the DVD. Because I thought, hey, this brought me joy.
That's like you saying to him, hey, you didn't listen to me. Here, watch it now.
Right.
So now you're telling him what to do.
Right.
And he feels confronted.
Now you've like.
All right, now
alienated.
I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it from your perspective.
May I jump in here, Robert?
Yeah,
because I think also in a case they both love each other and they have things that excite them and they want the other to experience that, but they can't communicate on how to get. They feel that they are less because the other hasn't embraced something that excites them.
So
is that correct?
All right, and here's the other part of it all. We have the peanut gallery. Okay, so Preston said what he said, and then my feelings got hurt, and maybe I said something so he couldn't hear because his headphones were on. But
what did he say?
I didn't hear.
I can't say
anything. Well, I can't say anything.
And
blah,
then
blah, blah.
I made sure you knew that.
And then
yes, you did.
Yeah.
So then,
right, legging on from Kathy over there. Yeah.
This thing that just would have went away, right? I would have had hurt feelings
Perpetuated.
for about 30 seconds, and it would have went away, got brought up on the air, and became a bit without either of us really approving it or intending it or anything
So you have to respect each other's piece. If you have something you want to say and you're in a peanut gallery situation, then write it down.
So, and then there's another
write
part
it
of
down.
This.
That's a good way to do it.
There's another part of this that, so after the show was over, our relationship was a little fractured. It really was. There were some hurt feelings. I knew I hurt his feelings, and he knew he hurt mine. He apologized, and we were about to talk it out. And then Matt Irvine, with his giant bushy eyebrows, came in and ruined everything.
And then you never said anything
because I didn't want to drum it back up.
I was kind of hurt by that.
I know. So
did Irvine say something about the yogurt?
No, he had a feral animal caught in one of his eyebrows, and he was looking for help.
So now that it has been brought back up again, because I didn't want to beat a dead horse, right?
Yep.
So now that it has been brought back up again, Preston.
What?
I called you a couple of names that day. I apologize. I said you were being a dick.
Uh-huh.
And I said you were being a douche. And I thought that was harsh. And those were my hurt feelings speaking.
Okay.
And that was not me. And I apologize.
That's pretty bold of him. That's pretty...
That's good.
Okay,
We're making breakthroughs. Right.
Yeah.
Stand up and give each other a hug.
All right. Let's feed each other some yogurt. Love you, man.
There you are. That was simple, right? Communication.
Yeah.
If you communicate well together, don't listen to the peanut gallery because they're always going to throw in.
Sometimes he is a dick.
Ouch. So I think Kathy's on the bench next.
Yes, yeah. Well, Robert,
we got to have a complete reach right here.
Robert it's a good thing, and because you're reticent to think of a friendship in terms of like the same dynamics that would be in a marriage, but there's very similar things going on, correct?
Exactly the same, and it's the same when they have kids. These are the kids, right? In the room, because they'll throw things and they'll test the parents. So Kathy will go on your side and say, well, he's a douche or whatever. And they will just wind it up because, A, they're fun. They've been with you guys for a long time. Yeah. But friendship is about communication, just like marriage.
Yes.
About trust, communication. And if you have something to say, you should actually say it to each other, not in front of other people.
Right.
And don't say anything when you're angry. Write it down, put it under somewhere, go away, calm down, then pull it out. And if you still feel the same as what you wrote on that piece of paper, then confront it when you're calmer.
What makes you an expert? Your years as a chef?
Life.
Did you feel a certain weirdness, Preston, after that?
Well, yeah, I brought it on myself because I thought more about what he said, and then I started to, I clammed up. I also have been kind of coming down on myself a little bit about being aware of how I interact with other people and the things that I say, and I want to be more cautious about it. I don't think I'm an outright jerk to people, but sometimes I'll say something and forget that it's just my opinion and that, it's not necessarily the right opinion.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of watch it, except for bitches like Kathy.
Oh, my God. I think I agree with you on that.
Everyone has an opinion, and don't change the way you are. That's what makes you you are.
I mean, if there's something that can bring us all together.
Right. It's our hatred for Kathy.
Right.
I just can't believe this is happening. And this is like really, you guys are being
Kathy,
serious.
what you didn't realize, it's all about you, not these guys.
We've both tried Chobani. We've both tried the Oikos.
And I just brought another one. Actually, it didn't. Marissa did. I just bought one just to try. Yeah, I just thought you can try something different.
Are you saying that this is perhaps a yogurt they can both love together?
Yes, and I want them to interlock arms when you do this. There you go.
Like this.
It's beautiful. And so the healing begins.
What do you think about
that? No. Yeah, look, we agree.
The enemy of my enemy.